everybody, and welcome back to the channel. As you all know, I am a working mom and I am in the military. There comes a lot of adversities with being a working mom in the military, like me still having to pump because I just had a newborn. So I spend a lot of time pumping, y'all. Like I still probably pump during the day. I still pump probably like 5 pumps during the day. And they're 25 minutes a piece. So I'm like, how can I use my time wisely instead of scrolling through Instagram and watching YouTube videos and Facebook for 25 minutes a day, 5 times a day? How about I use one of those pump sessions for something to talk about with you all? So I think I'm going to do this little mini series. This is going to be the first one, and you all comment below and let me know what you think, if you think it's something that I should keep up or just let it go, because as you can hear, the pump is going in the background. So I don't want it to be too much of a distraction, but I feel like, there are a lot of my subscribers are women, and because a lot of my subscribers are women who are thinking about joining the military, who have families already, and they ask me a lot of those type of related questions, I'm like, why don't I just use this time to talk to those people, my subscribers, to get back to y'all. So if you feel like it's TMI, let me know in the comments. This will be the last one. If you feel like this could be useful, let me know in the comments and we can keep it up. But what I was thinking about is, in my video, so like after I post this video, I want you all to drop your questions below in the comment section of any questions you might have pertaining to like women, being women in the military. Please make sure you check through my playlist though, because a lot of the questions that you may ask, I might have already answered, because I've done a lot of playlists on these type of things and people ask me these questions all the time. So make sure you check out my military 10 for 10 playlist and the Army 101, and then also marriage in the military playlist, because I put a lot of that stuff in there. But if you still have questions, what I'm going to do is, in the next video, I'll post those questions and I'll answer them in the next video. So every video that I upload, put the questions in the description box. I'll pick a few, and in the next video in the series that I upload, I'll answer those questions in the video. So I thought that would be a good idea to kind of engage with you all a little bit more, or on a little bit more of a personal level, and you all can really get like my thought or my insight on, some of the questions, the answers to the questions that you asked me. But what I wanted to talk about today was just kind of balancing it all. And I think I did kind of a day in the life video of this on my channel, and I'll try to find a video and post it here. Make sure you check that out. But this is a little bit more because now there's a new dynamic in my lifestyle. I have a newborn baby, as well as a toddler, as well as a career, and as well as a husband who's in the military as well. So it could be a little overwhelming just trying to balance it all. But I will say, like I always say when people ask me about joining in the military, especially with families or thinking about having a families, is it worth it? Do you think I should do it? I cannot tell you what you should do or shouldn't do. All I can do is give you the tools so that you can make the best decision for yourself. And a lot of times everybody's not going to agree with your decision, or not going to agree with the choices that you make. But you have to really sit down and realize what you want, and understand the pros and the cons that might come with what you want. I'm not saying being in the military with a family is a full con. I'm not saying it's a full pro. It has its pros and cons. For me, some of the pros and cons I would say is just, like I always say, balancing it all, because there are times when I just want to upload YouTube videos, but I can't, because now I gotta wash a load of clothes, or I gotta fix food, or I gotta, fix my husband coffee or whatever in the morning. Or there are times when I just want to sleep in, but I can't, because I got a toddler who wakes up at 6 o'clock in the morning every single day, regardless of what day of the week is. And when she wakes up, she is full steam ahead. So I will say that it's not easy. In order to have a family, in my opinion, in order to have a family in the military and to maintain the lifestyle and have a healthy career, you really have to find the balance, and you have to You should be organized. The more organized you are, the better it be, because you can organize and categorize things. So like, I need to get loads of clothes done. Maybe I pick a few days a week or a few times during the week to do clothes and go grocery shopping. Maybe I'll have a set day to do grocery shopping. Whatever, make up the beds, change the sheets. Maybe it's a certain day that I change the sheets. For us women of color, washing our hair and washing our daughter's hair is a daunting task. It could be a daunting task, and that's not something that you want to do on a Thursday night when you got to get up early for a PT on Friday morning. So you have to organize yourself and organize your lifestyle. And this is with anything. It's not with the military. I mean, I'm using the military because I'm in the military, so I use it for example. But anybody who's, not in the military, just a working person, a mom, somebody who's busy, who has a busy lifestyle and has a lot of things going on, you have to prioritize and you have to organize. And I feel like if you do that, and when you do that, you can make anything work. Is it going to be some stressful days and nights? Definitely, of course. Is it going to be times when you're like, what did I get myself into? Definitely, of course. But are you going to have some very rewarding times? Yes, definitely, of course. So you just have to weigh your pros and cons and just realize what you might be giving up, but also realize what you might be gaining. You know what I mean? I don't want to like keep harping on what you might be gaining. One thing that I do want to mention or talk about when it comes to having a family and kids in the military is that people who aren't in the military don't realize how much of a sacrifice your family and your children make. Like Giselle, although she's a toddler, and baby Gavin, he's an infant newborn, but they make sacrifices. Giselle has to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning on days that I have to go to PT at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's a sacrifice that she doesn't know she's making, but she's sacrificing her sleep. There might be times on Saturday when her school or there's a play group that's doing something and mommy is just too tired. I've been working all week long. I had duty, I had PT, and I just don't feel like going. I just want to sit in the house. It's a sacrifice that she's making. She doesn't realize she's making it, but she could be out playing with her friends. But because mommy's tired, she's not going to play with her friends today. So there are sacrifices that your family makes, especially the kids, especially when they're young, because they depend on you to do a lot of the things, to take them places, to fix their food. If you too tired to fix their food, they might be eating hot dogs and ramen noodles. You know what I mean? It's a sacrifice that they're making for you. So I just want people to be mindful when they join the military that it's doable. Like I always say, it is doable. If you can do anything you want to do. You know what I mean? Anything you put your mind to, you can do. You just have to manage your time, manage your life, manage your priorities, and there will be sacrifices, especially depending on the job. And I cannot harp this enough. I've made a video of what I thought my top best jobs were for females in the military. I am going to, and I'm going to put it here, I am going to do a video on jobs that I think are not so unique, I guess, is that the word? Or jobs that are kind of unique that people don't think of that are great jobs in the military, especially for females. But please take a look at that video if you are thinking about joining the military, because depending on your job, there could be more sacrifices that your family makes, and they may or may not know or understand the sacrifices, especially when it comes to spouses. People don't realize that a spouse of someone who is an active duty service member, or reserve, whatever, a service member in general. People don't realize that a spouse of someone who is a service member makes a lot of sacrifices, because there are times and days when you have to pick up the load, you know what I mean, pick up the weight around the house. If you have a service member, and I'm lucky for me that I'm in a position where I don't go to the field, for 30 days at a time, 2 weeks at a time, or I don't deploy very often. But just think of those family members who deploy very often and their spouse has to pick up the slack. So when you are home and when you are dealing with your family and spending time with them, please make sure you are making a conscious effort to balance, so that something is not too lopsided. You're not spending too much time at work, or you're not spending too much time doing extracurricular activities and not spending time with your family, or whatever the case may be. And like I said, this pertains to not just military, but people don't realize how much of a sacrifice your family members and people around you make. And when you don't do a good job of balancing your life, those people and people in your life can get really hurt. And I can see how some people say, well, my family doesn't want me to come in the military. Sometimes, especially on TV, there are not a lot of good examples of what the typical military family is like. They're very exaggerated, and people think that that's life, and most of the time it's not. Alright guys, I kind of want to end it here because this is just like a little test video. But please make sure you drop below in the comment section any questions you may have for me, because I'll definitely be picking out the good ones, and I will be answering those questions in the next upload. If you have any ideas, if you have any suggestions to make this little mini series work, or just any advice that you might want to give me or somebody else who's joining the military, make sure you drop that below as well. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Hey, if you want to see more videos like this, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like, what are you waiting on? Go now.